$200,000 in gold bars, gone in under 15 minutes, handed straight into the arms of a stranger who knocked on my door and told me he worked for the government. It started 3 days earlier with a phone call about a PayPal payment I never received. A woman's voice said $4,200 had been sent to my account by mistake, and that the IRS would consider it unreported income unless I corrected it that same week. I don't even have a PayPal account. That should have stopped everything right there. It didn't because she already had my name, my address, and the last 4 digits of a card I'd used online exactly once, months earlier, and hearing those numbers out loud made the rest of it feel real.
Case file number 26327, Fenton, Missouri. This case is based on a real gold bar scam, prosecuted by the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Eastern District of Missouri. 3 men indicted, at least $8,000 stolen from elderly victims nationwide, in a scheme run through couriers across more than a dozen states and a call center overseas. Names and identifying details have been changed to protect victim privacy.
My name is Diane Kessler. I'm 74 years old and I've lived alone in Fenton, Missouri since my husband passed 4 years ago. The woman on the phone transferred me to a man who introduced himself as a senior investigator with the Treasury Department. He had a badge number ready before I even asked for one. He had a case number. He told me the erroneous payment had already triggered a federal review of my entire retirement account and that the review clock was already running. Warning sign number 1, though I didn't see it yet. A real government investigator never opens a case over the phone from a number that traces back to nowhere. He explained patiently that the only way to protect my savings from being frozen, or worse, seized outright as evidence, was to convert it into something that couldn't be traced electronically before the review finished. Gold. He said it like it was the most reasonable instruction in the world, and by then I was too frightened to ask why. I drove to a coin dealer 40 minutes from home and withdrew nearly everything I had, $200,000, converted into bars and coins over the course of one long afternoon, exactly the way he'd walked me through it on the phone. Warning sign number 2, he told me specifically not to explain to the dealer or to anyone what the gold was actually for. A real investigator has no reason to ask you to lie to a third party to protect his own case. That evening, a young man came to my door. Clean-cut, polite, holding up a laminated badge I never looked at closely enough to really read. He said he was a courier sent to transport the gold to a secure federal facility until the review closed out. I handed him a canvas bag that weighed far more than I ever expected gold to weigh. He thanked me, told me someone would call within 48 hours with an update, and walked back to a car idling at the end of my driveway with its headlights off. Nobody ever called. Warning sign number 3, the one I keep coming back to at night. No federal agency will ever send an unmarked courier to your own front door to physically collect gold, cash, or anything else of value. Not once, not under any circumstance. My son found out 2 weeks later when I finally admitted why my hands wouldn't stop shaking every time the phone rang in the house. He drove me to the local FBI field office himself the very next morning. Investigators told me I wasn't the only one. 3 men have since been indicted for running couriers through more than a dozen states, collecting gold from elderly victims one driveway at a time, all of it funneled back to a call center overseas that may never face a single charge. What to remember: no government agency calls you about a payment error, no real investigator ever asks you to buy gold, and no federal employee will ever come to your front door to collect it in person. If any one of those 3 things happens to you, you are already standing inside a scam. If someone you love could mistake this for a real government call, send them this video. And subscribe to Silver Alert Files because the next scam may look completely different.